Welcome back to Bad Accent Video Reviews, where we dive deep into the world of Asian cinema. I'm Panos Kotsathanasis, and today we're exploring one of the latest samurai epics from Japan, 11 Rebels, a film that promises intense action, historical intrigue, and a fresh take on the Jidaigeki genre. The film is available from Wellgo USA on digital 4K Ultra HD, Blu-ray, and DVD starting June 10, 2025. But before we delve into the movie, let us take a look at the trailer.
どうせ戦は官軍が勝つ。勇者のシーラたち結構激が勝ちなんだ。
明日には同盟軍が城に来てしまうなんて。
今はまさしく勝負の時。
ご家老、どうなさるおつもりで。
罪人であろうが藩境にある砦を官軍から守ってもらいたい。無事役目を終えた暁には全員を無罪放免とし。
官軍だか賊軍だか知らねえのもんは。あいつら全員ぶっ飛ばしてやんねえと気が済まねえ。
最後に賊の意地見せっとすっかよ。
全部嘘だったんだよ。役目が終わりゃ俺たちは口封じされる。
あとで死ぬたまるか。
Kazuya Shiraishi has emerged as one of the most fun-to-watch Japanese filmmakers in the last decade, with films like The Blood of Wolves, Dare to Stop Us, and Lesson in Murder taking up a number of the most popular genres of local cinema and reinvigorating them in the most entertaining fashion. 11 Rebels, which is based on a script written by Kazuo Kasahara in 1964 that got shelved due to Toei Kyoto studio head Shigeru Okada not liking the ending, is an attempt to do the same with the Jidaigeki. The script is based on a historical event that took place during the Boshin War, when the Shibata domain of Niigata betrayed the forces of the shogunate in order to support the emperor's army. The instigator of the whole thing in the case of the film is retainer Mizoguchi, a cruel man who will stop at nothing, and particularly at killing people in order to achieve his goals, which also concerns his daughter's future and the continuation of his line. As the movie starts, Masa, a lowly laborer, kills a samurai that belongs to Mizoguchi's clan after he raped his deaf wife. He is arrested and sentenced to death, but is saved by the town's loon, Noro, a young man who is convinced Masa is his brother. A bit later on, he is recaptured and ends up in a squad of 10 more convicted men, including Noro, who are charged with defending a fortress against the emperor's army in return for receiving a pardon. A man who cheated at dice, a priest with a knack for young women, a paranoid murderer, another man who is quite skilled in battle, and Dr. San who wanted to escape Japan and move to Russia to study medicine, a rather handsome young man who made the mistake of falling in love with a samurai's wife, and the woman arsonist are just some of the motley crew that are tasked with the aforementioned mission, along with 2 squires, one of them being the fiancé of Mizoguchi's daughter. Their mission is essentially impossible from the beginning, but it is soon revealed that there is more to it, while the gang ends up fighting enemies left and right. The film begins with a known and quite popular recipe of introducing the main characters, although the rather complicated case that forms the basis of the story also takes a large part of the narrative. Quite soon, however, the whole thing takes a turn towards the almost exclusively brutal action, with maiming, decapitation, and exploding bodies filling the screen with blood constantly. It is this approach, and particularly that everyone who dies here does so in spectacular fashion, that dictates the style of the whole movie, which definitely reminds that of comic books and manga, particularly in the way a rather significant amount of excessiveness is part of those scenes. It is somewhere here that the issues with the movie start becoming quite evident. The way the majority of the characters are presented and then eliminated makes it very difficult to feel anything about them and their deaths, with their number also adding to the concept and stripping the movie from any potential dramatic hypostasis. In the end, essentially the ones that stand out are just three, with Takayuki Yamada's Masa, Takara Sakamoto's Noro, and Sadao Abe's Mizoguchi being essentially the only ones that stand out. On the other hand, it definitely helps that their acting is on a high level, even if Noro is definitely overused as a character for the economy of the story. Abe in particular makes for a rather despicable villain in a truly anchoring performance. Another issue with the film comes with its duration, with the 155 minutes of what is essentially a succession of bloody action scenes definitely overextend its welcome. Furthermore, the usual issues with the Japanese movies of having a rather prolonged ending also appears here, with a number of scenes in the finale essentially being unnecessary, particularly in a film of that duration. On the other hand, on a technical level, 11 Rebels is definitely top-notch. The combination of Naoya Ikeda's cinematography, Hitomi Kato's editing, and the overall job done in the sound and the SFX result in a series of truly impressive sequences, with the explosion ones in particular being outstanding. Add to that the exquisite job in set design and costumes, and you have a genuine audiovisual extravaganza. 11 Rebels has a number of issues, mostly having to do with its lack of depth and duration. On the other hand, in terms of entertainment, it definitely delivers, fulfilling what was probably Shiraishi's goal from the beginning. Thank you very much for watching this video review, and if you like our videos, please like and subscribe our channel. Have a nice day. Bye.